In a small medieval village, nestled between rolling hills and a thick forest, lived a young blacksmith named Alaric. His days were filled with the clang of hammer on steel, the hiss of hot metal in water, and the sweat of honest labor. Alaric wasn't just a blacksmith, he was an artist. From the toughest iron, he could shape the most delicate forms. But his heart was forged for someone he could never have, Lady Isolde, the daughter of the local lord. She was like a sunbeam in his dusty world, her laughter a melody against the rhythm of his hammer. He saw her pass his forge every day, and with each glance, his admiration grew. But what could a simple blacksmith offer a noblewoman? He had no gold, no jewels, no land. All he had were his hands and the scraps of metal left over from his work. So he began to create for her. From a piece of discarded iron, he forged a rose, its petals so thin they seemed to tremble in the light. He left it on a bench where she often sat. The next week, from leftover steel, he crafted a delicate butterfly, its wings etched with intricate patterns. He placed it by the well where he never signed his name, never sought her attention. The joy was in the making, in pouring his silent affection into something beautiful for her. "It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen," she whispered. From that day on, she visited him often. She would watch him work, fascinated by the transformation of raw metal into art. He felt a spark of hope. Maybe, just maybe, she saw the man behind the soot-covered hands. He began his most ambitious project, a stunning necklace forged from the finest scraps, with a centerpiece shaped like a star, just for her. It was to be his confession, the culmination of all his unspoken feelings. But as he was putting the finishing touches on it, word spread through the village like wildfire. Lady Isolde was to be married to a wealthy duke from a neighboring land. Alaric's world shattered. He saw her one last time, riding in a grand carriage beside her betrothed, who was adorned in silks and gold. She glanced towards his forge, a fleeting look of what he thought was pity in her eyes, before turning away forever. The gifts he had made, born of sincerity, couldn't compete with the allure of status and wealth. The heartbreak was a forge fire of its own, threatening to consume him. For days, the forge was silent. The fire went out. Alaric felt as empty as his anvil. He had poured all his skill, all his heart, into creations for someone who didn't truly value them, or him. Then, one morning, as the sun rose over the village, something shifted within him. He looked at his calloused hands, the hands that could command fire and iron. He had been creating for her, hoping his work would make him worthy in her eyes. But he had it all wrong. The worth wasn't in her acceptance. It was in the act of creation itself. He relit the forge, the flames burning brighter than ever before. He took the star necklace, not to finish it for her, but to melt it down. From its molten heart, he began to craft something new. He worked tirelessly, not with the desperation of a lovesick boy, but with the focus of a master rediscovering his purpose. He wasn't forging a gift for a lady. He was forging a testament to himself. He created a magnificent breastplate, intricately detailed with scenes not of romance, but of his own life. The fire of the forge, the strength of the anvil, the swing of the hammer. It was a masterpiece, not of love for another, but of respect for himself. When he was finished, he didn't display it for sale. He wore it. Alaric learned a powerful lesson that day. Sometimes, heartbreak isn't an end. It's a redirection. Creativity and love you are pouring into someone else, and turn it back towards yourself. He realized his value was never dependent on Lady Isolde's choice. It was in his own hands all along. If this story resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear it. The heart remembers what the world forgets.